Hello, Virgo. This is Just with your May 2020 general read. Hope you guys are having an enjoyable day so far. Virgo, something that you guys have not been haven't dealt with, you may have let it slide, you may have ignored it. There may have been other pressing things that was more of your focus. It's getting dealt with now. And it has to. For some of you, it's showing up in your home life. It could be an unruly child. It could be a situation that it's not completely out of control, although it may have for some of you. But you know you need to deal with it. It could also be messages coming to you that now springs you into action and no more waiting is necessary. Either there's no more wait that's necessary or you can no longer wait is what I get. So actions are very necessary. Some of you want to wrap a situation up. It could be a school, a project, anything that you're more focused on, and that's the most challenging thing for you to do is wrap something up, be able to give it all your focus, your time and attention, possibly because you have to put out some fires here. There's some fires that needs to get put out, or people are bringing drama to you. And who, if someone's bringing drama to you and you've not done anything, they're going to lose. They absolutely are going to lose. If there's some things that you've left dormant and you've not dealt with, now time will stop. Your world is about to stop. If you've been feeling that way, and I know obviously for obvious reasons, right? A lot of people feel like their world has stopped, but this is different. This is more of an internal clock. This is something that you can feel internally as well as externally. And now it is for you to kind of deal with some things because as this time in your world is stopping, what shows up bigger most is things coming out. So things will start to come out. Things will start to unearth right before your eyes. If it's not about you, it's about everyone and everything around you seems to be more polarizing. You seem to notice on a grander scale of the issues that's among you with other people and even situations in your own life. I do see some of you kind of either got cut, lost a job, or some news came down to really change the situation. And it's kind of like one in, one out, right? So somebody's loss could have been your gain. Perhaps your loss is someone's gain. But even if you lose, you kind of won because a situation will still work itself out as far as career and finances concerned. So you may have lost something, but you gained something else in another hand. But that's something that you lost almost needs to be processed and actually will get processed by you. And it will feel very internal. Everything I'm feeling for you is more internal. The end of something. But again, it's almost like out of this major end comes a new, fresh beginning. But you're still having to process. And in order to get to that other side of that beginning, your world is stopping. Okay. And this for some of you, it could be that you're setting out on your own. You may be unleashing some probably new level of business for yourself, which now you can kind of leave something else behind. And it's almost like a surprise. I get it's something that you kind of wasn't anticipating, but you worked it and within your benefit. You worked it toward your benefit, and now you can see that your labor and your effort is going to pay off. You're not at the you're not at the end. You still have more work to do because, as I said, your world has somewhat stopped, and that is to go back and readdress and retweak and see these things. It's kind of like see these things and see these people and deal with all of these things. So when it's time to have the system move forward, it is with less stress, less load, and you can really embark and embrace that happiness. And I feel all of the good things that comes with the hard work that you put in. So don't stress yourself this week if you feel that you can't seem to focus, you can't seem to wrap things up. It's not meant for you to do that right now. It is more meant for you to pay attention of things and those around you to see where in fact the problem lies because it will be screaming at you. I do see, though, as we get further into the week, there is some type of a new beginning. As I said, it could be career, it could be you looking for a new property of some sort, trying to get something off the ground with business. But as I said, it's going to be a wait. And with that wait, you may want to probe investigate. For some of you, it's someone that's like relentless on your back, or you're relentless on someone because someone's trying to push something forward when it's just not time to do that. So try not to be frustrated in this time frame right now. Everything is happening as it needs to happen. And there's a need to kind of surrender and go with the flow. We also are dealing with the nodes changing, particularly in the month of May. So there's going to be those squares to your sign, specifically if you're like a later degree Virgo. So if you're like more later September, going into Libra energy, you're more of the Virgos that's going to feel this square more heavy, okay? And it's just going to make karmic things kind of happen in your life so that some changes can happen basically in your life. That being said, let's go into your love life. Virgo singles, you're single, but you're not. You're not. Some of you could have recently broke up with someone, so there's that energy that's still very prevalent. And the hardest thing it is to close this door indefinitely. It's been very difficult to do that. It definitely has kicked up someone's resentment. I feel for some of you, you may, well, I think I'll address it in actually both. For some of you, you could be in a relationship. So this applies to coupled Virgos as well as single Virgos. So I'll just mention this now. For some of you, someone's out and another person is in, and whoever's out, they are very resentful and could be quite spiteful. Like I said, I don't think it's going to work in their favor, but you may be dealing with a tyrant that could be someone that doesn't want to let you go, or vice versa. For some of you, that could be the reason why this situation didn't go the distance. Now, that's for some of you Virgo singles. Also, I see here for you singles that this is a relationship that, as I said, it ended. It could have had to do with too many damn people, just too many people involved in this relationship, and it all came out. And I feel that everything between the two of you literally stopped. Now, someone here would prefer for it to stop. You press the button, the stop button, you take the tape out, you throw everything in the garbage, and you keep moving forward. But not so. Not so. And some of you may say, yes, I can't stop. This person won't stop calling me. They won't stop texting me. Someone is relentless. The situation isn't over. I feel like one area of it is over, meaning probably the commitment to the relationship or how the two of you once were. That's over. But you're entering into a new phase of this dynamic between you and another person. And again, this is Virgo singles, okay? I do feel like someone is going to try to change up their tactic. So if they were trying to reach out to you one way, they're going to try a different way. And I do feel like someone here is really kind of on hold, having to wait, buying their time until they strike again. Literally, it's almost like someone is like dormant. They're dormant. They're not doing anything, and the other person is kind of running around like a chicken without a head, just trying to get this person to respond, listen, act, react, do anything, but just show me life force within. And that seems to be the hardest thing that's happening here with someone in your life. And leave me in the comment section below if you can relate to that someone is just relentless, whether it be you just can't, take no for an answer, or you need answers. And for some of you, maybe rightfully so, why you need these answers. You may need this person to communicate for one reason or another. But for others of you, let me know either way. Just let me know if you can relate to that part of this scene. Now, if you are just going out, trying to get yourself back out there, you are definitely going to attract people straight away. You may be looking for commitment, but other people around you are looking for a good time. And I feel because of the energies are so different, it's not really going to take off. Don't count people out that you probably have been getting to know, because they will circle back around. We are about to enter into a long retrograde phase with a lot of planets. So it's going to be a lot of, especially when Venus starts to retrograde in Gemini, it's going to be a lot of people communicating about past situations and kind of coming back full circle. So nothing is said and done. It may feel like that, and then people kind of pop up out of nowhere, Virgo singles. So you're not out of the game by any means. I don't care if you haven't spoken to someone. You'll be surprised this month of who will pop out of the woods, and you're just like, what the hell? Like that type of thing. Couples, well, I loved your energy, Virgos. Your spread was amazing. In the extended, it was a great story, but also for some of you, I feel like there's distance between you and your mate because of working, because, okay, we may have spent a certain amount of time. Now I have to get back to business. You have someone who truly loves you. You have two people who are truly committed to this union. Again, distance or something that you do individually and independent may be a bit of a challenge. And I do feel for some of you, you could have gone through an issue with you and your mate, and someone may have become a bit cold, but that just leads to needing to communicate. You and your mate may be back in a better place, but there's still a lot of stuff that needs to be ironed out and hashed out and dealt with. Yes, someone may be very committed to this union, but there's also someone who possibly have not been the most honest, who hasn't been the most loyal, hasn't been the most committed in this union, and could have at some point used work, career, other, aspects in their life to mask what they were really doing. And this now could have all come out. And whoever this is, maybe they're taking the plead the fifth role and all, but also wanting things to kind of go back to the way that they were without really addressing an issue. That's not how life works. Not in a healthy environment, at least. You need to kind of talk things through. You need to work things through. Each person needs to open up, let it out, and purge, right? And I do feel for you, some of you in this relationship, there's a sense here that somebody needs to take a step, and the other person isn't giving this person a time to take that step. Somebody needs to get their mind right. Someone needs to kind of see a situation a particular way. There's a problem here for some of you of someone's maturity versus immaturity. Someone's old ways versus new ways. Someone's ways of having to step up to the plate and what that looks like. And how are you going to be able to do it? And will you be able to do it on a consistent basis? And that in lies the reality of your relationship, right? Because I feel that it's not going to work half-assed. It's just not. Either you're all in, or you're not. It's that type of thing. And I feel also there's someone here who their way of reacting is to do just that, not react. And that's a problem for someone who needs communication, who needs a reaction. They need to know you're breathing. They need to know that you're still alive. So when there's a problem, there needs to be communication. And again, someone's way of handling things is probably not to communicate, or they just need a moment. It's not that they'll never speak, but they just probably need a moment. And I do feel like one person's moment is another person's lifetime. That's the problem. You have someone who doesn't particularly like to wait, where someone else where they find peace in the waiting and they just really need that moment. And I do feel for some of you, someone could be using that I need a minute, I need to wait, as a control tactic, right? And that person that has to wait may feel like it's a punishment. No, I'm not going to wait any longer. You're going to tell me ... So your relationship here, for some of you Virgos, it could get a little testy. Going back to that statement I made that somebody is trying to come in and ruin what you have. Yes, someone is. Some of you do have a hater in your midst. They are using any tactic that they can to, I feel, try to destroy what could be and looks like a really good, promising relationship. And it's up to the two of you to see through this. Again, going back to what I said in the beginning of the video, your world is stopping for you to see the players in your life and to see where every piece of the puzzle needs to go now. And so for some of you that's dealing with these people and the issues with them, I feel like it's going to give you an opportunity to see. You had a double-sided mind, Virgo. You don't really know exactly what you want to do with the situation. So you may be the person that's clammed up and you're not very happy right now. You're stressed the hell out about the situation. And some of you could be stressed out because you're at a distance from your mate, or going back to all these problems that you could be having with your mate. So there's giving you some concern and worry and stress. Some of you may be thinking about moving on, or there could have been, like I said, you and your mate may be at this standstill. There's a lot of love here. Let's be very clear, especially coming from your mate. There's a lot of love here. But there's a thought of, is this going to go to distance? Can I handle the way that it is? And some of you, I feel like there's a need to, like I said, take a step slowly but surely and work your way back to the right way and to the way that, not just the way it used to be, because I feel like you need a new normal. Everyone is needing to accept a new normal. Not everybody wants to. Some people are moving into their new normal, kicking and goddamn screaming, but everybody's moving into this new normal. And I feel for you, you're in a place of, you're at a crossroads. You're really not ready to deal 100%, because when you have to deal, when you have to see it for what it is, it's stressful, and you don't need anything else to think about. And it kind of can send you in a tailspin of like, I want to leave. I just want to go. But then a part of you says, no. But we need to do this right, is what I'm saying here. So in the extended, we're going to look deeper at this relationship. We're going to look at them. How do they feel? What do they want? What challenges do they have with you? What secrets are they keeping? What do they want to tell you deep down inside? How do they feel about you? How do they think you feel about them? What are their actions? What will their actions be towards you? What's going to happen in this relationship now, and ultimately what will be the outcome? We're also going to look at Aries through Pisces. How do they feel about you? And we're checking out Virgo singles and see what's coming up in your love life. So if you're interested in that, click the link in the description box below. It goes through everything. I want to hear from you guys. So if you'd like to share how this resonates, please do it on the comment section below. If you would like something personal, click the link into the end of the description box. You can set something up for yourself. And if you're new to this channel, welcome and subscribe. Thank you for dealing with my very raspy voice. But I will be back very soon with another one. Take care, Virgo.